So, hi there, this is Benj of ethisa.net. If you followed my instructions, you should have seen me on ENC last night, 8 to 9, square off. Unfortunately, didn't get to say anything, but at least I was interviewed for the post-show taped interviews, which I think they'll be showing some other time, during the times that they don't have anything to show. Basically, I was in a panel with two people from UP Diliman, that's Sir Martin Cortez and David T. And what basically happened was we adjudicated or judged a round between the University of Santo Tomas and the Polytechnic University of the Philippines. So how was the match-up determined? Basically, during the last tournament, the PIDC, almost all the participating schools in this year's square off were were invited. So they just looked at the performance of the schools back then, and then they checked which schools performed the best, and they ranked it from 1 to 16. The first ranked team, after the 7 round preliminaries of the PIDC, was Ateneo. So they got the first seed, and they faced the number 16 seed, which was the Western Mindanao State University, which is WIMSU. So therefore, this week should have had UP Diliman versus the 15th seed, but unfortunately UP Diliman begged off because they still don't have the final list of their contestants. So what happened was UST got bumped up to this week. So it was number three versus number 14. So that's UST versus PUP. So basically that's how it went. The motion was this House believes that democracy has failed in the Philippines. UST was in government, while PUP was negative. UST set it up in the sense of the Human Security Act, wherein they were saying that the implementation of the Human Security Act would curtail the liberties of the people because it is an oppressive law. Since it is vague, it is difficult to say which is terrorism, which is not terrorism, and it removes the freedom of expression of some people. So obviously, they were really the first speaker was really hammering on this fact that it's very prone to abuse. PUP tried to contend this, and they tried to soften the blow of the HSA by contending that the HSA is it's just an answer to a global call wherein all the countries of the world are actually involved in global war against terror. I think it was the initial clash was very obvious, but I felt that it wasn't well connected to the idea of democracy. The second speaker of UST argued on the level that the HSA will not be effective in quelling terrorism. So by that, they were trying to prove that HSA is not needed since it will not serve its purpose. Unfortunately, the way it was substantiated, it directly contradicted the way first speaker tried to argue it, because he substantiated it in a way that the policemen will be scared in implementing the law because at the end of the day, money talks. And when that happens, the law will not be applicable, will not be effective in actually quelling terrorism at all. Therefore, it serves no purpose, and supposedly it only promulgates abuse. The problem there is that for it to be abusive, it has to work on a level that is more than the desired level. So clearly, it contradicts in terms of the way that it will be implemented. Because first speaker argued that it will be implemented way beyond the boundaries, i.e., very much against very much against the exact point of the law, which was to protect democracy supposedly. While the second speaker said it would be some sort of a useless law, which totally contradicts it, and therefore for 1 point to stand, 1 point has to go down. So that's basically it. I think they contradicted themselves quite clearly, and even the host pointed that out. The host, by the way, was Trink Makariig. The second speaker talked about PUP talked about the Philippines' image in the global community, and how it could lead to further business investors. Though it wasn't linked to the idea of democracy, constructive wise, the effort to really promote such a point regarding Philippine image as something that would bolster Philippine interests was still sort of relevant, but it was still lacking on how Philippine image would lead to greater democracy within the country. So, all in all, adjudicators felt that it was a substandard debate, and the speaker scores reflected that. Um, he gave the win to the Polytechnic University of the Philippines over the University of Santo Tomas. It's some sort of an upset. People have been telling us that, but it was a unanimous decision between the three members of the panel. The best speaker was the Prime Minister from UST. The texter's choice was the Leader of Opposition from PUP. So with that, UST is eliminated. They are no longer in the competition. PUP is now through to the final 8. They are now quarter-finalists. So it's just getting heated. So right now we have two teams into the quarters. You have Ateneo de Manila and PUP. They were really shocked when they were announced as the winners, but I felt for that round they deserved the round. But they definitely need to do better in the next round to advance. And they know that they were really open to criticism, and they embraced the comments of all the adjudicators. Next week would be the fourth. I think it's going to be UPD's turn next week. And then I think UP Manila will be on September the 5th, I think, or the 4th, but sometime in September. So despite the hardships of going there, it was really hard, and I won't elaborate how hard it was, because you could imagine it was storming last night. It was flooded all over Manila. Since I'm coming from Manila and I'm going to QC, then you could just imagine. I was stranded after the show. I had to stay at a friend's place, a blogger friend's place. You might know him. He's Joe of SethTheDreamer.blogspot.com. He allowed me to sleep over for about 7 hours in short notice. So thank you, Joe, and visit Joe's blog. So with that, thank you. If you notice, I'm still wearing the same shirt. I haven't taken a shower yet since last night. That's how stranded I was. So thanks for watching this. I hope you watch more of Square Off. I think it's a great thing for Philippine debating that people are getting exposed to the art of arguing your case. And I think it promotes objectivity and not mere emotional judgments that we are so used to in this country. So with that, I thank you for watching this really, really ragtag video. And I hope you'll watch more. Take care.